everyone. Welcome to Let's Be Telepathy. It has been a while since I have seen you all, and unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit longer before I see you after this. As many of you know, I have my Egypt trip that I am getting ready to go prepare for right now. Found some interesting stuff out this weekend about why I'm going to be there. And apparently, the energy of the pyramids needs a priestess in there, according to Lidu. And I got to go in there and do my energy work, which is why we will be going in without anyone else. And why we get the intimacy with pyramids that we're going to get. So I will be doing that. If anybody in the community wants to go ahead and lead any of the meetings during November, please let us know. Tara, maybe you can help with that. I know you're one of the admins on there, or Courtney, or anybody that wants to lead meetings. Just go ahead and put it on the Let's Be Telepathy. It seems to be messed up if I try to do it. So just if you want it, put it up there. I won't be here in November, but I will be here back in December. I'll post that as soon as I can. That being said, we have a lot of people today. We want to make sure we hit as many questions as we can. And I have a concert to head out to. So I have to keep it short and we have to end in an hour. So we're going to jump right in. Natalia, do you want to come on? I know you have a few questions here.
Yes, hi. My question was, how can we protect ourselves from unwanted energies, from bad energy, from people or entities, even in situations when you walk in a store or some other locations that you don't feel comfortable, or maybe something was happening and you feel it, and how do you cleanse yourself from unwanted energies or situations or places, and even dreams?
Perfect question. So one of the things is always use the word shielding, always use divine before anything that you go into, that you channel. Always say thank you to creator to make sure you're on that divine energy path. As long as you are staying a good person, you are staying true, nothing can happen specifically to you, but distractions can start to happen around you. And they're going to try to tear you away from your divine path. Try as much as you can to stay on that divinity. So, one of the things that I do when I go into a Walmart or I go into the stores is rather than allowing other people's energy to penetrate me, I decide that I'm going to love them and I'm going to appreciate them. So every single person that I see, I say, I love you, or I say out loud, I like your shoes, I like your shirt. I say something that is always putting out energy that I choose to put out, because we know energy has harmonization. So if somebody's in a bad mood and you're in a good mood, then what's going to happen is that energy is going to lower you and raise them up so that you can even be in that same room. If you choose the energy that's going out and you are conscientious of it, then you're pulling it from that ether per se, and you're giving it to that person rather than utilizing your own energy. Also, when you are always in that divinity of what is right, and you really think about that, even in situations that maybe seem like they're absolute evil and horrible, what is right? Always try to take the divine steps, the loving way, try to create peace. Only when it starts to affect other people, really, should you start to go, and rise up and do anything. Because if it's just affecting one, then it's an internal problem that we need to deal with. If it is an external problem of many, then speak the truth and say what's out there. But being true and being of high faith and being a good person and wanting the best for everyone is your protection in itself. But when we do go out and we do catch up that energy, or somebody's putting black magic, or somebody's doing voodoo, or somebody is just completely in a different frequency or zone or channel that you're in, then what you need to do is remove yourself from that and then do a cleanse. You can do this with even saying any energy that's not mine I release back to the world. Or you can shield yourself and say, this is my space and my space alone. Only the things that are serving for me or the things that are serving for other, may they leave. But you don't ask for any more interference, and don't shut yourself completely down. Make sure that you say, anything serving for me, anything serving for them, or anything that needs to leave, let it leave. Otherwise, you put walls up and nothing goes out or nothing comes in. When it comes to dreams, I know it sounds so easy and so woo woo, but quite honestly, I cannot tell you how much dream catchers actually work. The easiest, most simple way, put that above your bed. It actually works. It's awesome. Uh, you could always do, a crystal that makes you feel safe. Put that under your mattress. I've put crystals under my mattress before. Please make sure that you do take them out every now and then and you're cleansing them and you're changing that energy. If you want a complete shutdown from everything, wear red jade. Red jade actually stops any energy from interfering, but know that it stops it from coming in and stops it from going out. But you can put a little bit of red jade. If you're having nightmares, something like a plasma ball would really work, because plasma interferes with any kind of vibration that is below plasma. And usually, when we start talking ghosts or per se entities or demons, whatever, they can't function in that plasmic energy. And that's more where we'd see angels and spirits and ancestors and that kind of stuff. And so they can't be around that. I always have a plasma ball that's going 24/7 in my house. Actually, I just turned it off yesterday, so that was a lie. Got to keep myself truthful, guys. Um, I turned it off for 2 hours because I was sleeping. We had a full house and it was too bright for me. But my soul is safe. Another thing that you can do is there's different waters. You can pray on your water. You can pray that it purifies not only your organs but your spirit and your emotions. That's something easy that you can do, but there's multiple different ways to do that. An easy quick way is also turn on any music that you want and just flip that, because it flips the whole vibe in every cell. So
Um, we need to do with water.
you can take your water and you can pray on your water, and you can ask things of your water, and then when you drink your water, it not only cleanses the spirit, I mean the body, but it also will cleanse the spirit. Or you could even do a spray, make it into a spray and spray that on you. Rose, if you want any kind of protection naturally without saying anything, rose resonates anywhere between 500 and 720 megahertz. It's the highest vibrational flower out there. Rose water, you can get some really good stuff at Indian stores, at Lebanese stores, Mediterranean stores for really cheap, if you want them for less than $5 for an amazing bottle. Otherwise, you can find them, online and stuff too. But rose, they do not like the smell of rose. Sulfur baths, I often take a pure sulfur bath. I just get 100% sulfur on Amazon. It's like $28 for $10. That's a really big way to cleanse anything that would be on you, dark magic, any entities, that kind of thing. Put that in your bath and sit in that for about 15 minutes. So those are some ways.
Cool. Is any roses like different, like white, red, yellow? Are they all the same frequencies, or red it would be the highest frequency?
I would check online and see. I mean, they're all variations, so I would hate to say this
Okay.
or that, because I've seen them all used for different things. So it's just a matter, you're not necessarily always looking for the highest vibration. You're looking for the vibration that suits you.
Mhm. Okay.
So whatever you're feeling and whatever you're being attracted to, I would go to that. Most of the time, rose oil is, they just take whatever color rose and they put that. It's not, a specific. And once you breed too many reds, then sometimes they go into different colors or stuff.
You said when you cleanse yourself, you said, I release it to the world. I release it to the world or to the light. or to the creator? What would be?
No, what I'm saying is when you're putting up your shield, you say any energy that needs to go out to the world, let it go out there, or any energy that needs to
Oh,
go out, let it go out. Any energy that needs to come in, let it come in, rather
got it.
than just saying, this is my wall and nothing can come in or out. Because the
Got it.
wall goes both ways.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Miss Cindy, moving on to you.
Hi.
Hello.
My question today was actually for my husband, and his mom had recently, she's in a facility, she has dementia, and it's a dementia that it affects her speech and movement. And so now the majority of the time she's in like a sleeping, appears to be out of its state, but she responds at times. But sometimes when she is appears to be wide awake, it's a persona that's not of her own. And I know that's typical of dementia, but she says some things that has really hurt my husband's heart, having her being in there in the first place. And so I was just wondering if you could connect with her and see how she's doing, what's going on for her. And then if there's anything that we could bring to her room potentially that could make her feel a little more comfortable and peaceful.
What's her nationality?
Jay. I mean, she's Southern. I mean, I'm not sure she's from Georgia. She's from Georgia. I mean, I don't know what she is. We did like the family genetic thing, but she's just kind of a mishmash of a bunch of stuff.
I just had to ask because she, the first thing I see is babushkas. Like I want a babushka. I never got to play with the babushkas. So that's why I was asking what that
Oh,
was, if that was just she couldn't play with them or wanted them or something. But the first thing when you said if there's anything that could bring her joy or anything, she's like, I want a babushka.
okay.
The nesting doll.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't know. There's something with that, but I don't know if that's just fun or play. But let me check into that.
Did we get her? I think we got her some of those when we were in Russia one time. I think, yeah, I think we did. We got her nesting dolls. That's funny. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry.
She loves them. Like
Yeah.
it brings her so much love and joy. So maybe it was a memory that it went back, but she's just giving me babushka dolls. She's like, I love the babushka dolls. Or the Russian nesting dolls,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call them. But that's what I saw was babushka right away. So that brings her joy. If you want to bring her something that will be happy, and it seems to make her feel like a little kid again, and that's what she's getting upset about. So she says, yeah, I'm really upset, but not in the way that you would think that I would be upset. I'm upset because I don't have enough time to say my sorries. I don't have enough time to remake up for the time. I don't have enough time to do what I want to do. And I realized that I lost it and I didn't utilize it as much as I wanted to. What I'm really upset at is I want more time to love you. I want more time to show you I care. I should have said sorry more. I should have gone out more. And that's what I'm upset about. So when I have this moment, when I feel this intense energy coming at me, know that it's not me being upset with you. It's me being upset with myself and that I lost the opportunity and that I want it back. I'm still here, but I'm not here. Many times you're feeling me out throughout the day. Many times I'm being seen throughout the day. So she's saying other people see her because I'm trying to make up in this world for all the times that I didn't have as much fun. Could you have fun for me in the most silly, goofy way that doesn't make sense? I didn't have enough of those times. She says I didn't clean enough for you. She's like cleaning, 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 cleaning. Um, but it's an image, so I don't know if she felt like she should have cleaned more or she should have taught you how to clean more. but she's just cleaning all around your house. Like, I should have been here. I should have been more supportive. I should have been cleaning. I should have been doing something, but she's cleaning around your house.
She tended to hang on to a lot of things. And so the house that's left behind is going to be a lot to do, a big undertaking for her sons, for sure. So I think that would make a lot of sense that there's so much that we have to do.
Yeah, she's just like cleaning this house,
Yeah.
cleaning
Yeah.
house and whatnot. And so she wished she would have done that more for you all, or taught you how to do. Like I said, I'm just seeing her frantically, like this is what she's doing as fast as she can now. In her mind is picking up as much mess as she can. She's having extreme headaches. It's like right here to right here. You might even feel if you touch her temple that she has uh, a muscle that's really like, it's almost as though as you could just relax it out, but she's having some big headaches right now, and that also has to do with some of that aggression that she's having. No one's listening. But if you could, maybe next time you see her or something, just let them know maybe she doesn't act like this, or to give her something, but she's upset with the headaches. I don't know if she's hitting her head more or something, but I just see her like going like this and then holding her head.
Oh,
That's all I got.
Is Jason able to connect with her? Like,
Absolutely. He's the one that sees her.
oh, I figured there would be. I mean, because sometimes I've caught him one time and I'm like, I know he's talking to his grandmother right now, which is really comforting, but
Yeah,
that's awesome.
he's trying to lead her through the other path to righteousness that she didn't take. He
Yes.
says he kind of puts her in a way of one of those church people that they went to church and they try to lay the laws on, but they went more for the social aspect rather than actually going for the church. And now that she's coming to the end of it, this part, she's like, oh, I didn't actually know God. So he is trying to train, or help her learn creator more before she goes, because she's really afraid because her faith wasn't as strong as it was set to be, or as it looked to be, or something. um and I she says he lets out my loud screams, so I don't know if he just just a really
Yes,
loud
ma'am.
noise, but that's her coming through when it's just and whatever. And if you say hi, that will help, just say hi. That'll help. But she's coming through in these loud screams through him because he needs to get the energy out fast now. And he's putting a red shawl around her. I don't know if she really needs a red shawl, but it's doing something for her comfort.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, we're going to move on to Miss Tammy.
Hello. Yes. So Emma has waited 11 years to get this Medicaid waiver for funding. And so now that she finally got it granted to her, we've been learning how limited the resources are. And basically, for where she's at, it's a daycare, a or home care, like having someone come into the home and teach her daily living skills or self-care, or going out to a day support program, which neither of those things are aligned with who Emma is. But we did tour a day support program recently, and we were both, as soon as we walked in to the environment, we felt it, and we saw just numerous adults just either sitting there or standing around wandering, no activities, no communication. It was just very bare, like just a horrific environment that broke my heart and scared Emma. And I wanted to ask from the collective, like how are they feeling, like being, for those that are put in this type of environment due to the families not having the resources or the ability to care for themselves, for their children themselves, and how can something be created that is more in alignment with who they are?
I love that question, and we have a huge answer for you. We have an emotional answer from Emma, and then we have a, well, it's all emotional. It's the bad emotions and the good emotion. But I say Melody rose her hand, so I don't know if that had to do with what we were talking about. So I'm just going to give her a chance. Melody, do you have something to say?
Sorry, I wasn't, I do have one thing to say on that, but I was actually just raising my hand because it's my first time attending. I wanted to ask a question about one of the Beyond Verbal kids that I work with who's actually joined on the call with her mom today. But as far as I just wanted to say that that it hurts my heart, and I do think that that would be a great community project, right? To, yeah, of looking at how we can have something that would be honoring and enriching, right? Instead of what we often see, yeah, happen in those types of facilities. So, yeah, so just, I guess my mama heart, hurts for you for sure. Yeah.
And was your question related to that too?
Um, no, not
Oh,
specifically
okay.
related to that. No.
Okay. I'll put you on the list then after
Okay.
this.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. But thank you for empathy, because that's what we're looking for in this group is empathy and ways to fix things. Well, let's go ahead and start with your first question. How does that make them feel? And Emma and you already felt that, but I'll go ahead and channel into that. And then we will talk about the happy stuff that happens next after that. And Emma was actually really a start of this whole movement. I mean, now that I think about it, Emma really was one of the big starts on this movement here, on the movements in multiple ways. So are you. Okay. So we'll first channel Emma and her experience and what she had to say about them. It breaks my heart what I saw and what we go through. And I say what we go through because there's never a time when we are not connected. We feel, we see, we understand what each and every one of us are going through. We are forgotten in society. We are not looked at the same. We are not respected. In fact, many of us feel like we're backpacks. Once we leave you, we're just off your back, better off in a corner. No one ever asks us the important questions. They don't reach out to us to talk about their day. They don't ask, what could we do to make things better? Instead, they see us for the human shell that we are. They don't look into our eyes. They don't look past our behaviors. They don't look past the fact that we can't speak. Some can't see. Society labels us the forgotten ones. And when we're forgotten about, some of us lash out. It hurts. We feel what you think of us. We hear the words. We know. It makes us uncomfortable. So here we all sit, lost, lonely, forgotten, uncomfortable, with teachers that don't understand us. They understand the system. They understand the money. The system restrains those that do understand us, saying, we can't give you hugs. We can't give you blankets. We can't give you comfort. We can only give you survival. That's where most of us are. But not only in our facilities, some with our parents, some with the teachers, with our grandparents, with the loved ones, with the families, with the friends. It doesn't just stop there. At the schools, it continues to go on. How many times do you stop and ask your person, how is your day? How do you feel? How often do you talk to them about your day? Ask them for that advice. We've sat, we've observed, we've given the chances and the opportunity, as we still will continue to do. But it is time that we unite. It is time we come together. We make a call wherever we can, whenever we can, however many people can, that we unite. We have it go all over the United States and all over the world. We make call to meet up, call to support, and call to help systems. We make the schools ourselves. We make the daycares. We lead the at-home scholars, the at-home nurses, and the at-home assistants. We choose our own rather than choose somebody off an application. We are building it. We have called them one by one, and we will continue to do so. Many have felt it. Many will rise. So now she's catching me up, or catching you all up, and reminding you. Guys, my travel is so crazy lately. When you guys were at Edgar Allan Poe Museum, and Natalia and I were in San Jose, there was an urge to call before everyone even came together. And that was when Owen was so excited that he was with Tammy and Emma. And she had said, when I did call, Emma said she wanted to do this all the time, that we needed to start coming together. And then we all started to come together. We felt what that was like to come together. It's been amazing. And we are a wonderful support system for each other. After we started talking about our meetup in January, that's going to be in Florida, it went on to others, Zahari and Elsa and Peter and so many other people. And they said that they wanted to start a union. At the same time they started the union, I was teaching my telepathic class that Lidu had picked. If you've heard of Lidu and Delia, she's the one that won the PSI games with the blindfolds and whatnot. And Lidu is her daughter, who's a non-speaker, and she is good at everything, guys. I don't even know how else to say it. She gets it all. She can spell, she can write, she can speak, she can do telepathy. Very limited, to each of those, but she still has the capacity. The telepathy was just getting me tripped over my words, but she had picked the union. While I was at the union, I get a text message, and Elsa had spelled out United Non-Speakers Intelligence Operational Network.
Yeah.
And that was what they claimed that they are wanting us to build. They are wanting us to build a union of support across all different ways, to teach people the different kinds of kindness that they can show, to teach people telepathy, telekinesis, how to see without seeing through their eyes. We want to teach people how to be human again, how to be kind. We want a place where these people that are on the telepathic, that are not choosing to speak, that are beyond verbal, we want to teach them how to be in their bodies, and we want them to teach us the science and to teach us the spiritual skills that we need. We want to open it up into a place that we honor them and we see them as people that need to be honored, and we honor them 100% and we honor them fully. We ask them, what can we do to help the others? How can we have you come into a classroom and feel united and feel cared for? What does that support system look like? How many spelling teachers can we get? How many telepathic teachers can we get? How many people that just know compassion can we get? If they don't even know the rest, we want them there. How many scientists are willing to listen to these smart, amazing, extraordinary people? This Union School for this is going to be for the school of extraordinaries, and we are going to change the world, and we are going to show them how we can do it and how it's going to help us flow together. And that is what we're going to do. And we have all of these teams. We got Let's Be Telepathy. We got Zion. We got Project One Light. We have Integrity AI. We have water. We got Earth. We got Deborah Anderson. We got the band Yes. We got Veda Austin. We have a team, guys, and we're gonna do it, and we're gonna pull it off. We got pilots. We got so much. We have just been building, and that's why we haven't been talking so as much, because we have been out building the dang dream team so we can build an awesome place of school, and then open these schools, which also have different respite, have different kinds of emergency cares. Are your children just having out of body experiences? Are they having aggression? Are you, as a parent, going through something and you've just been awake for 5 days in a row because your child can't sleep? We will watch your kid while you go sleep in our completely, sensitive room that shuts you off to everything. And that if something happens, that we'll be able to come and knock on that door and say, we need your help. But until then, you can rest. And our kids are making sure that we're doing it. The adults are making sure that we're going to be doing it. So we are already having a team. We're meeting up this weekend specifically. We're not stopping. This is a hell. Yes, we're doing this. We're going. Anyone that wants to be any part of it, you all are welcome to be a part of it. We would love you to be a part of it. Everybody's been asking, where do I fit in? What can I do? This is it. We will have a place for everybody, whether it's in construction, whether it's getting details or printing, putting books together, just saying, you know what, I can donate some of my time to go help somebody. Whatever it is, we will have a place for everyone. We're getting that into place. We should have Union base built by March and launched by March, especially with the amount of help that we're getting. We will have this. It will be a place that will be traveling until we find the first place of letdown, that we're going to start planting and building our first school to see how we can make this work. So that is what we're going to do for our children, for our friends, for our family members, is we're going to build them the place that they should have had to begin with, where they are nurtured and they are seen for the scholar that they are. And we might not even teach some of them letters, guys, because we already know they know. So by the time they're coming in kindergarten, we're going to be teaching them quantum physics, and that's what they're going to be ready for. So we just got to figure out how to do that, because I can't just send the material home. Tammy. she's helping me with my I gotta say goodbye to my niecey. You want to say hi to everyone? That's my beautiful niece. Okay, good. Yeah, perfect. We'll have fun. I love you. Please send pictures. Okay. Bye. Love you. She came by to get stuff for a Halloween outfit. So anyway, yeah, we're going to build it. We're going to build it and they're going to come. Yay. Does that answer your question, Miss Tammy? And you're going to be a dang part of it because Emma got us all going with, we got to get together. We can't keep being apart. We have to get together. She saw
Well,
us and it was all over from there.
I got 2 messages today saying that Emma and I, one from Emma, one from my cat, saying you're part of a big project. And I'm like, well, what the heck is the project? I know what the project is. Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna build the first union. And like I said, I was at the union station, and that was what Lidu picked for us to teach at. And then she said at the end, all will be teachers in the school of the union. And that is the way that we are going to see them. We're not going to have everybody's teacher and everyone's a student. And that's just the way it is. And that's going to be our motto. You came to learn and teach at the same time. No one above, no one below, all equality and equity. Equity, actually, over equality. We want everyone to be equally in their own energies. All right. That now moving on to Miss Tara.
Yay! Well, I did want to just say that Owen, as what you started talking about it, he just kept going, "Who is hurting? Who is hurting? Who is hurting?" And it was like so he wants to find the ones that are hurting and help. Yeah. And he has the unreliable speech, but then he sometimes when he really needs it, he has some reliable speech too. So I'm very emotional right now. Oh, and then also the Chumbala heads at the Union, 4 foot, like 4.5 foot tall, like huge Chumbala heads. When she arrives, she's like, "Oh, Owen."
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I got this union because you guys all know when I get on, he always says Chumbala, Chumbala. I'm actually going to get a Chumbala tattoo just for Owen because he just says it so much that. But when I went there, they had these big 4 foot big Chumbala heads, the candy skulls, which was really interesting. Is we worked on 4 blind people and we had success in healing all of them. It was amazing, and I just can't even explain it. I mean, to have 4 people get healed and they all saw light, but it was really funny because after one of them, we did the healing and I worked on his eyes and he said, I got to the bathroom and his eyes were actually so bright then that he was blinded by the light rather than the darkness, and he had cancer and they cut his retinas out, so he shouldn't even have been able to get the light, and he was blind. And he is walking and I'm walking with him and he goes, are there skulls over there? And I said, yeah. And we just kept walking and he stops and halts and he's hanging onto my arm, so I stop and halt and he goes, you just said that so nonchalantly. And I go, yeah, because there's skulls over there. And he goes, Melissa, I just saw skulls over there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what? So it was really cool. Another guy, his eyes were you could only see the bottom of his color. It was all white, and we got his eyes to stay straight. I don't know if Chris told you about that, Zan, but it kept straightening his eyes, and this electrical current, I couldn't get it to stay between going on his head and then going in his eyes, and I needed this direct electrical current. And one of Zan's friend, Chris Fazio, this guy has this ability to just create electricity whenever, wherever he wants to. And I'm telling you, like little lightnings from his fingers. And if he touches you, it feels like a TENS unit. And I was called to ask him to do a charge on the head. Well, I pulled the neurons and led the way for the electrical activity. And we straightened this guy's eyes, and now he's seen out of the left eye, the right eye, and he's even seen some into the center. And it is amazing. It was so weird because we saw the whites of his eyes the whole time. And then I think I worked on him for maybe 3 songs, and then Chris came in for a good 30 seconds and his eyes were healed. He could see out of them. I mean, Guys, we're gonna be doing such amazing things. It's gonna be so cool. But we got a great team coming. I think, yeah. Anyways, I could go
Okay,
on
so
about
I
that
guess
all
I'm supposed to
weekend.
go back to, that's awesome. I'm so glad that came up. Okay, so we're feeling very cosmic today, so we're gonna do some astro talk. Owen is actually the cosmic one, I'm more the Earth connection, but I'm learning. So three-eye atlas, so people are all of a sudden seeing like I feel like we've been kind of in it, but then all of a sudden it's like this like everywhere. So it is in perihelion, so that's the point that's closest to the sun today. So we had spoken earlier with Owen about like the codes that this object, comet, object, whatever we want to call it. So I guess I wanted to talk more about that, but also I wanted to bring up that at 3 a.m. in multiple places, multiple local time zones, there was an ultrasonic sound that was heard through like not micros, microphone, very strong equipment. It wasn't that it was like heard through the human ears, but it was something that all these different locations picked up on through their devices and stuff. So if you could just address that. I would love to ask Owen because just to follow up what he taught us about last time with the three-eye atlas.
Absolutely. I know Lido had talked on
Oh
that
yeah.
this weekend too. So, she had.
And show the hat. Show the hat.
Oh, the hat. Here,
Oh
Owen.
yeah, we saw the hat.
Saw the hat. Yeah, but here, you want to show your? Oh, this is the hat. Here, you want to? I'll do a quick one. But it's unrelated to the three-eye atlas, but we drove down with Scott from New York. Here, come up here and show your hat. And all of a sudden, the GPS started going nuts. We were like, what's going on? We don't know where to go. And we ended up at a Cracker Barrel, that the only one that's open till 10 o'clock at night. And it ended up that this was the only hat that I've envisioned, this exact hat. And it's like the cutest hat ever. I'm going to take it. It's even got like this like cool like leather thing. Anyway, I'm very excited about the hat. He's excited about the hat. And now he can be a professor and tell us about Three-Eye Atlas.
He's like, I was okay over there, Mom. All this commotion over here. That's so. I love it. Okay, now he's like, okay, you guys got me wound up. I'll wake up. Okay. So yes, there are many light codes and many things that are coming down to this earth to help with this cosmic ascension that is happening, not only through Earth, but throughout many different planetarial systems where other living beings are also. Many have been feeling the trajectory of this world and the trajectory of where the emotions are within the universe, and this needs to be fixed. The good news is that many people ask for a new system, a new light, a new way of being, and we also need new hope within the universe. This is a system that has been made because of all of the different energies that people have been sending out. We've been putting out different frequencies, we've been putting out different lights, we've been putting out different meditational places, and many people have been giving universal light. Thank you for that. As creator has found all of the different ways to grab that energy and to put it into a new planetary system. This will expand within the next, well, he's almost saying that this will expand this year, but it will be a planetary system eventually. But right now, it is the codings of the creator that is being sent out. They have already seen the perimeters of the beginning to the end. And so now it is only time to set the frequencies. Once the frequencies are heard through the light, then the light is going to take another shape, and it's going to take another spectrum that it's going to be working with. All of that information as it comes into the sun system is now getting its last codes. As it gets its last codes, it's going to impact all of the world that's going to be around us. It will change, and it will give us different vibrations that we can actually work with. So we are missing certain frequencies, we are missing certain vibrations or certain tones. It's all kind of coming through one picture. So to me, it's tone, frequency, or words, but he's just showing the lapse of it. And he says, And that is being sent out so that it can recode the universe so that it can fit in here. We are going to hear several different tones, and we have talked about this before, as that is one of the missions that Atlas has, is resetting the frequencies, putting out new light spectrums, putting out new frequencies, and putting out new shapes and new symbols that have not been seen under this earth or that was ancient in this earth before. So we are bringing it forth. Over the next 7 days, you are going to feel a mass coding. If you look at the sun, or you're out in the sun, you might feel a certain nausea that's going to be hitting you. Know that that is just detoxing you from the codes that were there before, and that we are reuniting yourself with yourself. So he's just showing nausea that people might feel when you're going through the detox. Know that that is just part of that detox, and the recoding is that he is showing that this is not only a planetary system that is coming in and will work for our system, but it's also a healing center that's coming in. He says, pay attention to the lights that are being shown. And if you actually stare at the colors, you will benefit from its healing and from the coding that it has right now. If you look over the next 7 days, you will be integrated with that system and be able to telepathically tap into it once it is born.
Awesome. And also,
Yeah.
Sammy, who is channeled by Susan, is another one that had spoken about it. And it's so funny because when I first had you energetically connect with Owen on this, I popped up also Sammy's that was like so in line, like about the, the cosmic slide kind of concept. Anyway, we can go back and like look at that too, but it's just interesting how I would love to also hear Lidu's, just because I mean, all these kids are so on track. I bet Mick would be really on track with this too. I mean, all these kids are just amazing.
Sorry, I was hearing you, and then I saw is it Shammy said that you had an experience. Do you want to talk about that? And welcome, by the way.
Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, so no, it was just yesterday, but yeah, it's just exactly as I wrote it. Um, I've never laughed myself into puking before, but it just happened yesterday. I just found that very lovely and synchronistic that you mentioned that.
Yes. Well, get ready, guys, because it's going to happen a little bit more from here on out. You might feel a little bit of that nausea, and we have a whole team that is trying to do all they can to get all of the love and light and stuff from this. They're saying that this is good. This is going to be something that we have called on to. Something that was really interesting while we were at our retreat, well, our seminars, whatever you want to call it, convention last week, is that one of the guys, Alec, who is one of the facilitators, when we were doing some coding with the sun, he kept saying, there's something between Saturn and Uranus. There's something between Saturn and Uranus. And we didn't know what that was. And while we were there, a thing came out that said, or an article that said Uranus is starting to get rings and whatnot. And we asked Lidu what that was. And Lidu said that it was all of the cosmic energy that's coming into place because we have tainted our world for so long that we have asked for universal help, and that we ourselves are building this circle around Uranus, and it's going to really help come in and assist us with the universal healing and the extra light that we're needing in this world. So I thought that was really cool too. Patrick is left, and he was talking about the 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock a.m. and that makes sense because as our world is rotating, Atlas is really staying in that same spot, so it makes sense at different places. It's 2 to 3 a.m. consistently because we have that rotating. He said that maybe he wasn't feeling the best. There is going to be, again, we talked about that nausea, but as new coding is entered and we have new light, we actually have new light spectrum that will be added. And so that is going to be needing to be made room for. So you're going to feel a little bit pressurization too. Might even feel that the muscles are getting really tight or pushed together as that happens. But it's just, give it a week and we'll be okay after that, according to what everyone is saying. can you tune into the channeler was another question that he asked. What happens when I'm channeling? Absolutely 100%. Actually, I encourage it with most parents. It was really, I had really good feedback from Dahlia this week. And she really explained to me what it was like being side to side. Uh, so there was times when Lidu came in every day and she was writing and talking. The next one day she said Melissa was going to channel the following day and she didn't come to class. So I asked Delia to sit next to me and hold that space for Lidu while I channeled Lidu. Thank God, because Lidu is really so big and so fast with that. But what was really interesting that she had given feedback for, she said that there were specific times that I looked into her eyes or saw her, and she actually had felt her daughter. And she got tripped up on a question for a little bit because she was so in the moment. And she just said, what? I was just here. And she said, it was just weird having you there and feeling my daughter at the same time. So I know that when I'm doing channeling, you can feel into me, or if it has been okayed, you can feel into the other person that I'm channeling with. But you should all kind of feel, and the more that you tune in or zone in or trance into whatever it is that I'm going into, the more you just be with the words and the presence, the more you're going to feel it. And absolutely, whenever I channel is a way to see how it's done, to feel how it's done, uh, and to recognize what it's going to look like when you can do that. So anytime that, I am doing that channeling, especially if I'm working with one of your loved ones, please tune into that and feel what that's like, because they all want you to learn. They all want you to be speaking telepathy. I mean, our goal really is that I'm not going to be doing this, and that you all will be trained enough that you're going to be speaking to your own people and you won't need an in-between person. And that's really what we're looking for, and that's really the end goal, is that you're not going to depend on any of us. You're going to depend on yourself, and that's it. And we want to empower you. And we did the first class. It went amazing. All 28 people ended up picking on up, somewhat on telepathy through all different senses. I was so in love with this whole group, and they really gave the motivation to say, hey, we feel, we smell, we know, we hear, we empathize and whatnot. So we are definitely going to be expanding. As I said, I have so far been doing everything pro bono. I was given the okay that this is the one thing I can charge for, and it's going to be $100 a person per class. And I'm going to be giving you as much information as I can. That's a price that we all are comfortable with and we're okay with. For parents or people that can't do it, we will indeed have scholarships. Absolutely. I'm not going to withhold any of this information. And there's going to be free stuff that is going to be available too for the people that can't take the class. But again, the goal is that you all are going to be doing this, and you won't even need me. Well, you'll just call me up and say, Melissa, I just miss you. And that's it. So yes, tune into the channeler, tune into the person speaking. And again, especially if it's your loved one who is the beyond verbal, tune into both of us and make sure that both of us are holding up the integrity of the conversation. Go ahead, Scott.
So this actually is in regards to Patrick's question. I wanted to give a actual real world example of something I did accidentally just to see if I could do it, which was when I was visiting one of my medium teachers. She was giving a gallery reading, and I often wondered, I'm like, so what she does is she has all of the dozens and hundreds of spirits waiting to talk line up behind her so she doesn't get bum rushed by a million questions. So I wondered, like, oh, I wish I could see what she sees. It's the same thing Patrick is asking. And sure enough, I picked up on the first three people standing in line because I listened to what they told her before she even said it. And then she ended up saying it. since then, every time I attend a gallery reading, even if it's online, I I meditate, do the same thing, and I've been able to like pick up the first two or three every time correctly. The ones that have lined up to say something, one's going to be a mom, the other's going to be a male, the other's going to be whatever. Anyway, so yes, you can tune into what you're picking up, Patrick, when you hear this replay.
Yes, I love it. And with this union thing and with telepathy, I mean, my big thing with telepathy is discernment, alignment, and love. And it has to really be in all of that with all the people that you're working with. When you're doing any kind of telepathy. So we were kind of trying to come up with what would be some good ethics. And one of the students I almost feel bad for him because he got on to 30 of the different people that I was talking to and got bum rushed all night long. But he came up with this, and it was GSASS, GSASS. And he sat with them, and it was specifically Zahari that he sat with. They both got to talk, and this is what they came up with. And Courtney is in touch with Sean, the guy, too. And this is what he came up with. One is gratitude. That's the G. Thank them for making themselves available and sharing their perspective with you. Two, service. Ask what you can do for them. Three, ask. Ask what they can teach you. Four, surrender. Allow the knowledge to become yours. Five, serenity. Feel the peace that allows for integration. And I absolutely loved that. Beautiful. Sean did wonderful on that. And if you want to telepathically speak, live by those laws, because they really are respectful for anyone and everyone. And thank you, Sean, for that. We're going to move on now to Maya. Oh, Scott, did you have to add some? Did you have something? Because I had you down also
Yes,
for
and this will
the
be quick.
after Tara. Yep.
I
Okay. Sorry.
promised.
I flipped you
Promised it
over.
would be quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
A little bit of back history for those who have followed. When I first discovered that the 2 years of collected of kid spirit energies that were around me turned out to be the autists, I discovered that on May 23rd. And that morning, I asked for a sign, a clear-cut sign that, if indeed that's what it was, I asked for what I call a penny from heaven that I would find on the way to work. And I said it had to specifically be kid related so that I knew it had to do with children. And indeed, when I stepped out the door to work, right in the street was Babs, which represented a comic sci-fi writer, was the tag attached to it. And I didn't find it in time for the meeting, but I moved out of that place to my new adventure in West Virginia. And I didn't even ask for a sign, but they gave me, as I stepped out from the last time from that place to start my new adventure, laying right in front of the door was my new penny from heaven and another stuffed toy. But what's interesting, Melissa, it's an octopus, all right, a water animal, a water mammal, I should say, because I've been given lots of messages about this new adventure involves um, Owen, dolphins, water, and all that. So it's interesting. And if you see one of the eyes it fell out, so it's winking. So um, anyway, that was an unexpected another cross confirmation from the collective, and I just wanted to share.
Thank you, Scott. I love it. I love it. And yeah, you can definitely do that. Ask for any signs but be open to receiving the signs if you feel that you're in connection with anyone, even if that's your spirit of your loved ones or anything. You can absolutely ask for a sign, and there usually is going to be a physical sign in this world that you're going to see, even if it's something that you read, whatever it is. So thank you for sharing that, Scott. Maya, we're going to move over to you.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, so the question was really about any advice on how to best bring forward embodiment work? Or I mean, if for those of us, me included, and as one who work somatically and work with the nervous system and work in trauma and work in with, you know, a lot of verbal folks walk around pretty disembodied and disconnected. And my work is, you know, a lot of my work revolves around that. And I just, for a long while, keep thinking, gosh, how could this intersect with families and or, you know, beyond verbal kids and or their parents or family systems. And so I'm just really curious if there's any messages that want to be shared, or any of you that have input around like a direct call for like, yeah, we need this or we need that, or, you know, ideas and brainstorms and messages around how to bridge those two things together. And I don't know how this dovetails, but it feels like a part of what I'm debating whether to pause here with this next part of this question or to add it. What do you think, Melissa? Should I just pause
Go
there?
ahead, go ahead and add it. I got Mason already lit up right now, ready to answer. So he's gonna answer all your questions.
Yeah, well, it feels like it's lit up for me because, I mean, for years I've been living in a way and developing a space that's all about like creating space. It's on 9 acres and for experiential learning. And I keep saying it's part of a school system. And so I keep wondering, like, as far as this union and this collective talk is emerging, I'm like, huh, is this part of what I've been holding and building space for? But it really feels like it's around this integration that you've started to speak about around healing and research and science and connectivity and expression and communication and like all the many forms of how we live and learn and be and connect with presence and love and heart into the world. And um, yeah, so like personally in my own work, I've been developing this space as a space to maybe bring people in for this embodiment piece that I'm speaking. But with everything that's been emerging, that's where this other question is coming from. Is it's like, does this actually need to, what can I do right now in a way to start bridging, like going into schools or developing programs, or because I'm already in this in a lot of different ways. So yeah, I just wondering if anybody has any. I mean, there's a lot more I could say more specifically,
Well,
but I
absolutely. They already say your land has already been chosen, and yes, we're gonna do some stuff there. You already felt it. You already know what to do. It's just a matter of getting people there and getting us together. I know that Zan has really been called. She doesn't know she's been called yet. I haven't even got to talk to her. So surprise, Zan. But I know Zan's really important in helping with some of this stuff and getting it together and getting it going. We're going to be doing different retreats. We'll start out retreats that are going to be these little small classes, small groups, and then we're going to grow them, and then each person will be trained into you know the basis, and then we want you to express yourself and grow from there, as far as what it is that you're wanting. But yes, you will be a part of that. Kelly, I'm gonna get you right after this, only because Mason has been waiting now. My Mason is the one that is with Chrissy, and she's waving to you. He's in a wheelchair there, and he goes through a lot of muscular problems and some body problems. So when you were talking about this, I mean, he just went ding ding ding, choose me, choose me. He's also a genius who is in the midst right now of building something that is going to be utilized to help our energy in all which way, shapes, or form, but more on an energetic spot that will then change our cellular level so that we can be immediately healed through different light systems and frequencies that he is trying to build. So he is all about finding, you know, the parts of the body that really need the work on. But let me get to him also. I think what you're doing is absolutely beautiful. In fact, I would like to do it myself. And then I would also extend to that, that you start to research the different parts of the body that actually speak with the spiritual avenue of it, as you would be able to tap into somebody's different memory system through their muscle memory and through different stimulations. And you would be able to get to different timelines that they have lived prior to even living in this path. You have the intuition to bring it into all different levels, not only to work on their hands or their arms in this capacity of this world, but also different timelines that they're living in. So absolutely, this would be amazing and wonderful, as many of us do carry different people. You could also use surrogates, and surrogates not in the way of just birth, but having somebody else be there. And I would love you to try this on me if my mom's okay with it, is that you take somebody and say, you are Mason, and then start testing them as though they were me, so that I could get the benefit. Because you could do this through surrogates, and you could do this worldwide. You don't even need to do it through the exact person. You would even, once you become more advanced, be able to do it on your own kind of doll and your own he's showing like almost a life doll where people aren't there and you don't have somebody right there. You could work it on the doll, but you could work it on this person once you start to learn their energy systems. He says that, and he says this is such great work that needs to be brought into our community, as many of us store energy that is not only for us but is for other people. But we also do not have the ability to get rid of trauma in the way that you do, as we have to sit with it. Our systems are not made to learn to cry or to just be happy when we want to be happy. We store our energy in multiple different avenues. To have somebody else get it out would be great, as we carry such that burden that when it's moved, we would also be relieved to be able to do the work that is supposed to be done. As we are holding this energy within ourselves, we are also holding ourselves back from the capacity of what we could be truly working at. And yes, 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 we need somebody like you and more people like you that are willing to address these issues. I want to say you're doing a great job, but the expansion of what you feel, because you keep feeling like you could do more with it and you keep asking what you could do more with it, is that once you really get good at the body, then start introducing the ancestors. When you introduce the ancestors, then you can also go into different timelines. Do it however you're comfortable with, but know that you can be healing the person on multiple levels, dimensions, space, time, continuing systems.
Thank you so much. And I might just add, like, what are ways to connect in and find a network, people to connect? I mean, this is a starting place, but I think about a bunch of other people are wondering that too, in lots of different capacities, how to like create a web of connection where we can actually reach out and communicate and find each other, where that's wanted. Because there's no, not currently like a directory or something like that.
We've been trying to do that for a while. It's we all feel that so strongly. That's like the first thing we're all like, but this, and so we're all trying to figure out how to do that safely. So you're on board. You're on board. We're everyone's trying to figure it out.
And I have
Scott's making it
volunteered to
happen.
create.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Scott. You can tell her
Yeah,
about
you beat me to it. I have volunteered to collate all the information and present it in the form of a stick pin map for resources and however to get that directory out there. So as we figure it out, it'll get to me and it'll be created somewhere.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm thinking a lot about even like families and parents who have children who are in schools and who might still be feeling very alone and very disconnected and don't know even that there's a group like this.
It's exactly why we're organizing. The hive is collecting.
Yeah. Yeah, we're trying. We're just doing what we can. But yes, Scott is working on an app currently where people can just put in their information and say we are here. And then if you have ever seen the app Radiate, Radiate is an app where if there's a concert or there's a festival or there's something where there's a bunch of people going, then people put it there and then they build community systems before they even go to say we're going to be here too, and they can meet up. So we're going to have the meetup groups. Zion will be included in there, so it's kind of a bigger project, but it is a project that we are working on currently within the system. We just I don't want to put a map out right now that gives everyone's name and information and stuff. So we figured a map might be, or an app might be a little bit easier for everyone, and you could just be a little pin drop like the Entangled app, or Alex Zach has an app also that he had built that he was showing us, and that was something that kind of inspired us. He had shown Zan and us, and I that. Chrissy, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that was amazing what you just channeled right there. That was beautiful. Thank you for that. But I just wanted to I haven't checked my email in a couple hours. I just wanted to see if we were still planning on meeting tomorrow, and if so, like when, if not, we can wait till December. I don't want to rush anything. It's totally up to you.
Yeah, I should be able to put in time. I just honestly, I haven't looked at my schedule. It's been go, go, go. And I thought I was going to have a
That's
few days
fine.
off. And then I came home and booked a plane to Atlanta tomorrow. So it's just, I'm just going with it. I'm just going with the flow wherever I can go right now, wherever I'm needed. Yeah. Do you have my phone number?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'll give it to you. Can you just send me a Facebook and I'll give it to you, and then text me and
Sure.
get on that, because I'm going to be leaving here in just a few minutes. I'm going to take Kelly here, and then I am going to have to call and the call just because I have a concert to go to, so I can spend time with my family before I leave again.
Yep, that's fine. I'll do that, and we can touch base that way. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, Kelly. We missed you.
Hi, I know. Sorry, I got off of work late and now I'm
Okay.
talking to you guys in traffic. So this is the best possible way to be in traffic, is to be on this call. This would make my commute much better every day if I had you every day. My question is real, and this might have been asked before I joined, so I apologize as if it's a duplication. But Melissa, you're the only person that has ever communicated with Jackson in his way through telepathy, and has ever been able to kind of give us any insight into like what he's thinking or what he's here to accomplish, and which has obviously been very meaningful. But like as you get busier, and not that, I mean, you'll still obviously have contact with him, but as you get busier and less available, to share some of those messages back with me, how would someone like me find a trustworthy resource that we can trust, that he or she is connecting to Jackson in a way that is safe for Jackson? Not everybody has good intentions, that has the ability, and I will never stop giving up trying to achieve a telepathic communication with him. It just hasn't been the path for me yet. But as his mother, I'm always going to try to be able to communicate in his way. And he tries so hard to communicate in our way, and he gets so frustrated. And he's making a lot more what we call verbalizations, because and sometimes it's just like gibberish, but we're like, he's given us the business about something, right? But like, it would just be so helpful to have a trustworthy connection for the times like when you're traveling, or doing some of these really cool miracle work that you're doing, right? What's your advice on that, and like how do we know who to trust?
That's a great question.
Also, how is Jackson doing? Any updates from him?
Well, yeah, and I love that he just found the friend Jeff this weekend, so that's going to be a good
Okay,
one.
So the thing is, he's been telling us for the past, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 days, friend, and we're like, oh, do you have a new friend? Do you have a new classmate at school? And he just keeps saying friend. So all he's been, yes, last night we were at his big brother's basketball game. He kept saying friend, and there were other kids there, and I was like, do you want to make a friend here? Like, we don't know what he's saying, right? But on his talker, friend. So maybe this is the person he's talking about, because it's just been in the last few days that he's been doing this.
Yeah. So again, you guys know that I taught this class last week, and a lot of the telepathic team came down, and each of them said, Melissa, you've been so busy that we would love to connect with somebody else, and not in a rude way. Just they're you guys are looking for somebody else. You need somebody else, and they want somebody else other than, Melissa. And so one of the people that had connected was this Jeff guy, and he came the next day and he goes, I saw all these sparkles in the room. I saw the orbs you were talking about. And he says, and do you know this guy? And he throws it down. I thought it said Jack Saw. But then he started explaining what the boy looks like and what he says, and that he he bothers his mom because he can't sleep. And so he's happy that he has somebody else to talk to at night. And Jeff goes, no, he very much said his name was Jackson. I'm going, oh my gosh, I know exactly who you're talking to. And so Jackson's going to be one person. I did write Jeff. He's traveling right now, so I'm going to get you his phone number that you can connect. What I would say is this. Always keep your faith going. Always use discernment. There are going to be several people that are going to come into your life and say that they can telepathically connect, that they psychically connect, that they did this. Listen to them, open it up, hear it if you're excited about it, as many of you are, and then see what they have to say. Are they wanting something? Are they needing something? What is their purpose? And why are they connecting to your loved one? In all honesty, guys, if it feels good in your heart and it feels like it's helping, and it's something that you sat back with and use discernment, are we both beneficially going to gain from this? Now, a lot of the people that I work with, I don't ask for money, but I love working with the amount of knowledge that they love sharing. So is it something that's going to be beneficial for everyone? Otherwise, you might have a lack or an overabundance of energy, and that'll kind of break that relation. And then sit with your heart and say, does it feel right? Not, am I excited, but does this feel right? And I'll tell you guys, and I'll be 100% honest, you might not be, aligned with one person, and you might be aligned with somebody else. If it feels right, if it feels like it's working for your family, and you don't have any reason to distrust it, then continue forward with it. If it is something where you're questioning it and you say, well, I don't know, and it doesn't feel, because when your loved ones reach out through telepathy, you should on some level be able to feel that they're working through that person. If it's a question, then just say thank you for the information, keep what you can, and move on. If you feel like you want to go back to it later, then go back to it. And that's okay. It's okay as long as it feels good. It's okay as long as it's helping. And it's okay as long as you're not being taken advantage of. And it's really as simple as that.
Should they be able to share information from the child that wouldn't be otherwise known publicly?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that
Absolutely.
like when you I connect with a medium from time to time, and she's very accurate as to what's happening in our lives. And when she shares, like, hey, be on the lookout for this, it always happens, right? Like she's so specific and she's very trustworthy, and she's got the best intentions and the best heart. And so I guess, like, you knew things immediately. Obviously I could, and we obviously felt joy in our heart talking to you. So thank you for that explanation. That's really helpful to, like, trust yourself and your intuition around who you're talking to. But, like, yeah, I just wanted to know if, like, you were able to tell us things about Jackson and Tyler and so forth, that connection, and ask me specific questions and no specific answers. And so other people, if they're connecting with your loved one, should be able to do that telepathically as well, right?
100%.
Okay.
I wouldn't trust people that are continuously asking questions, because means they're fishing for answers. And
Yeah.
you'll see a lot of people asking questions. I would say if they're telepathically connecting, you don't have to ask anything because they'll be able to tell you. They'll know things that, maybe you didn't even know about the child that they'll tell you. They won't be fishing. Everything will feel right. It'll feel in alignment. If you won't ever be wrong, you just won't be wrong. That's not a thing. So if they're wrong, I wouldn't trust them. If um they say something like, oh, they like to do whatever, and darn well they don't like to do that at all, I would say discernment. I mean, discernment is your biggest key in life, guys. Is just is really sit back. Does it feel right? Does it align? Is it of love with me? And maybe it's not going to be love with another person. That's okay, because a puzzle piece up in the upper right corner is never going to fit the bottom left corner. But the fact that we can all find different people to fit us together is going to be what's going to make the bigger picture. So if you don't resonate with them, just move on. And that's as simple as that, and go somewhere else. And find the puzzle piece that you will fit into.
Thank you. And I hope you enjoy your concert.
I will. It was so spur of the moment. We're going to Maroon 5 here.
Oh, I've seen them. They're awesome.
Yeah. Okay, Vivian, I can hit you really quick, but I have to be out the door in 17 minutes. So
Just really quick question. When
yeah,
you telepathically connect to like Jackson, are you connecting to their human 3D self or like the higher self or both?
well, it really all depends. Some of them speak very, it's spirit. Jackson, he likes to talk spiritually, but he talks a lot about his body or a lot about his house or whatever he was going through. Same with Mason. Mason, a lot of times when I'm with Mason, he's very I like to say steady, and not because it's not so much grounded, but he's very steady. So I feel his body because it's very present. When I'm working through Brandon is all over the place. So he goes through, the wisdom, but he also goes through my body, but he also goes through spirit. So it really all depends. Each person is really different, and how they work with me, because their energy is just a little bit different, but it works through all different avenues: the spirit, the emotional, the body. Sometimes I connect to people and they just make me happy or sad, and it just goes through emotions. So it's any way that makes you feel outside of yourself, outside of your body. And that's, again, discernment. We should always check into what is our body feeling like? What is our emotions feeling like? What is our life like right now? What are we going through? And that way, whenever we feel something different, it's that slight different that lets us know this isn't me. And then we can tune in to say, oh, well, my right pinky is hurting. Who is that? What does that feel like? And then the first person that comes to your head is usually who you should go with.
Sorry, one quick follow-up. So then the person that you're channeling, the 3D human self, will be aware that you're channeling them, right? Like when you're channeling Lidu, like Lidu sitting next to you is aware, even though she may not show it. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. They should always know. And they should always feel it. And yeah, they're not going to always be showing it, especially people like Lidu, because as she says, she has about 100 different parts of her. So only one is here on the earth and the rest is all around. Yeah. Melody, I forgot to answer you. Go ahead.
I know that. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see if I can figure out how to put my hand down. Okay, wait a minute. There we go. Okay. I know you have to go, and I definitely want you to be able to go to your concert. I was actually kind of wondering, I didn't know if the room would stay open, like after you log off, if anybody wanted to save for support. I was primarily one of the moms of a beyond verbal child that I work with as a speech therapist is on. And I know that just her name is Oleana, and had some questions just about Oleana's, like if there's anything medically she needs right now, because she's having a lot of really severe and recurrent GI issues, and also just again, not a quick question, but in general about she's starting to spell with a Braille adapted board because she is legally blind, and we were kind of wondering, like, does she need the Braille adapted board? Is it just the regular board that she's wanting? So yes, so those are just like the questions for if they can be answered at some point.
Yeah, I'll get that answered. Are you also working with a young gentleman though, too? A young boy?
I'm working with quite a few different ones who are definitely like coming through to me, I think. But so yes. The boy you're talking about, is it the one whose name starts with B or the one whose name starts with W?
He looks around like, and now they come in spirit, but he looks around like 7 or 8, and he is the one that comes and visits you in your dreams. And he says that he just wants to validate that you're hearing him and talking to him and that you've questioned him a lot. And he just like, he's coming through and he's like, tell her it's real, tell her it's real, tell her it's real. Like, just on repeat that. I just have to validate that before he'll let anybody else come through. Yes, you
Okay.
have been hearing him telepathically. Yes. Please tune into that. And all of the stuff that you're feeling in your body is what he's feeling. So please tell his mother, because you are very spot on with this and you already know this, so we don't even need to go into more, but he just wanted to give you that affirmation. As far
Okay.
as her goes, there's something, it's an intolerance to any byproduct of animal, and if that was taken away, I almost even seeing a G tube or something. So I don't know if she's needing one, or if that's something she has one, because I'm not seeing her on it. But I'm hearing that if the byproduct doesn't go away, for sure that she's gonna need that a G tube.
There's I think mom is still on, but it's I believe it's a J tube actually,
J tube. Okay.
and she's NPO. So uh,
NPO.
yeah.
Whatever is being cooked around in the house, there's something that is around that is getting whatever, just really wash the hands or something.
Okay.
So
You
there's
said an
some,
animal product, like like somebody touching something and then touching her
yeah,
or her
there's something
medical.
with the animal byproduct or something. But like I said, and it didn't, because I'm seeing that tube. So I'm
Yeah.
not seeing it necessarily go into the tube, but all I hear is the animal byproducts making me sick. Is there maybe something in the medicine or something where it has check the medication, check and see if something is being put in that has animal byproduct. That's your
Okay.
problem right there.
Okay. Thank you so
um
much.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of mast cell issues going on. So like a lot of allergic type reactions. So that resonates a lot.
Yeah, it is like an allergy or something to the animal
Hmm.
byproduct for sure. But that's all I'm just hearing it from the animals. So it could even be like maybe a pill capsule or something that is being taken, or I don't know. But that's what I'm hearing. And I do want to come back to that, but I also I'm gonna actually put on a little makeup tonight before I go, so I can go sit in a dark room where no one's looking at me.
Right. That's the way it goes.
As soon as I said that, um, reach out to me and let's get her some help.
Okay.
There are some other things that are going on. She is seeing some dark entities. That's where that look is, that like deer in the headlight look is coming. So I want to help her with some of the entities also. But I do want to dive in a little bit deeper to see what we can overall really help with. Papaya, she's saying papaya. Um, check with the doctor, check with whatever, but papaya is going to be something that's like they do make papaya pills that is going to soothe the stomach. I'm seeing papaya as something that's going to help soothe the stomach.
Okay.
Very it's very much like I need the papaya, and that's going to help with the belly issues for sure.
Okay. Should should I reach out to you? Should I have mom reach out to you? I know there is some telepathic communication with mom too. And if so, what, like, how do I get in touch with you?
Yeah, I would say try to get me on Facebook in this group and we'll
Okay.
meet up. Now I'm going to Atlanta tomorrow and then I come home for about 24 hours and then I go to Canada and then 17 hours after that I go to Egypt.
Right.
So I'm not going to be the best available, but I will try to help with this case if I can, or if I'm getting
Okay.
anything telepathically, I'll write it in.
Thank you
I'll
so
leave this,
much.
yeah, I'll leave this board open for all of you guys. If you guys want to talk, feel free. But for me, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hit no longer recording, and we're gonna end the YouTube for all of you who just joined us today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got an awesome crew here. So many of you can talk and give support, and you can answer questions while I'm off. Feel free to keep the community going. Love you
Bye,
all.
Love
Melissa.
you.
Love
Love
you.
you.
Thank you so
Have
much.
so much
Thank
Thank
fun.
you.
Thank
you.
you.